5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Listening Party. I'm Eric Leo 108, author, philosopher, sociologist, and hip hop artist. And today I'm debuting my brand new track like I do every Friday. It's called Tell Me Why. Before we jump in, drop where you're watching from and let me know if you read the blog yet at Fiends.com. We are on time. It's currently 3 p.m. right now. Check out the store. I could really use your support. If you hear something in the track that hits you, type it in the comments. Let's go bar for bar. I'm going to give you an update, then read the blog post, then we'll listen to the song, then we'll do a lyrical breakdown of the track. Um, let's get started. Shout out to Tony, who is one of my paid members. If you would like me to shout you out, all you got to do is become a paid member. You can join by going to fiance.com/memberships. It's $5 a month, or you can sign up, or if you're part of the school community. Either way, you make this possible. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tony. Who made the beat? Let's see. This was a Raini beat. Who produced the track? Keanu Beats. So Ryan Anderson, and who produced it was Josh Gatton. Who does it feature? No one. I carried the whole thing. Is it Cosmic Love? What is this? Not that I can tell. It's more socioeconomic about America right now. Announcements. What did I do today? I made a power play move today. Pretty much, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. I don't know if I'm ready to announce it yet. Yeah, still working on sync. I think I'm gonna produce myself. I saw Russ do his new song, and he showed us the new song. It was like a sample. It was like a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare. One of them he did with his voice, and then he just had like a regular percussion like that, and that was the beat. Like, I think I can do that. So I'm gonna try it. Shout out to Ryan. I can use this sample, so it's all original stuff. And yeah, that's just an undertaking. I've been working on the book. Gaia asked me like twice, and she's still been on me about it, and she never does this. She's been Ryan is the producer that worked on this track we're about to listen to. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was talking about. It threw me off. I was talking about sync. I don't remember. Maybe it'll come to me. Promoting a book. This song goes well with my book, The American Nightmare Project. You can find this on Amazon. You can find it by going to farminghumans.com. I would really appreciate your support. These are good books. Like, this is good stuff. Like, you'll learn a lot. And it's the basis of the music. It's gonna bother me now. What? I was working on sync. Oh, Gaia asked me to do the Myth of the Sun. I've been working on recording the Myth of the Sun, and it'll probably be published within the next month. Yeah, she's never it's been done, and I haven't recorded the audiobook, and then she requested that I do it. Um, and I've been diligent. I'm about halfway done with recording it. The longest time it takes is to record it, basically. Um, but yeah, that'll the myth of the sun. It's the third installment in the lineage of the book series 108, the story of discovering Earth's consciousness and cosmic love. Oh, I got Cosmic Love done this week. I recorded that one and then I got it. It's being cleared and it'll be up soon. Um, Same with the abridged version on YouTube as a sample. Um, yeah, that was what I was talking about. So join my Skool community. I gotta update the front and the about page. I have like the Music Business Foundation and from obscurity to audience lessons. That's like a two both of them together. It's an 8 and a 12-week program. Um, you would really benefit from it. It shows you how to create, how to build it like a business. Um, System is doing well. I've been releasing every 4 days on the Psychosocial Philosopher blog and stuff like that. Yeah, I got one more post on Sociology of Love and Lyceum Records. And you know what I forgot to do this week was totally promote the album. I forgot to do the holiday threw me off. And I was recording The Myth of the Sun. It's a lot. With what I have in the works, I might switch up my release schedule, honestly. I don't know what that is. The wall, whatever. Anyways, blog ecosystem is going good. Things are going good. I was happy today. I made power moves today. I can afford it. That's probably why I'm happy still for a little bit. Content. I keep on doing this thing where I don't like Instagram. I don't release content except if it's Fridays, and then I release 3 posts. The cover art. One in my what's its face trial reels, and one that's a new one that's just like a real fast piece of content. Totally made fun of MAGA today, twice, to catch up with that. Yeah. I'm really focused on YouTube and Instagram as far as promotion goes and the blogs. Um, Yeah, I would like to thank El Marquis, Destiny Beats, Finico Beats, and especially Alex from Cozy Bear Beats, Josh Owens, Ryan Anderson, and Josh Gatton. Last week's release was, why do I do this every time? Last week's release was Guap. The week before that was AOC, I'm pretty sure. The Mr. Congeniality 2 album is uploaded and comes out August 28th. America 2 is done, and if you go to the blog post we're about to go to, you can get it. You can get the America 2 album now on direct from me on my website. Then primary source material is done. I'm just releasing these slowly. I would cut down and go and release less, but I got all these tracks, Unless I just want to release albums, which I would, but I don't have the audience for that. The whole point of it is, yeah. I'm thinking about scarcity and how I'm going to work that in. So you're not like 22 is like you're not always going to have me doing this every week. I won't be able to have the time, especially when I start making money. But then Like, I make myself available, and then you're gonna want me available when I'm like more popular, but I won't have, but it just won't be possible. That's the irony, honestly. Um, so I haven't really been working on Girl Talk. There's still that one or two tracks that I don't remember. Kingly, I made another track this week. Um, the Elements, I made another track to it. The Game is being uploaded. I think there's another called this Facts and Reasoning comes out tomorrow. Next Friday. I think it's called Facts and Reasoning, which is an LGBTQ. It's about the LGBTQ. Um, over, I think it's Crucifix Beats. So now we are going to read the blog post. So we're on Fiends.com. And we are going to read Tell Me Why America is Unaffordable. And then this is what it looks like. And then I'm going to be reading until here. Go read the rest of the blog post for a more in-depth view. Tell Me Why is my 166th official release and 238th track published. The beat is by Rainy and was produced by Keanu Beats. If you want to see me continue to release and bring you this art, I need your support. I never changed the name of it. It says For the Honor. It's supposed to be Tell Me Why. Is from the America 2 album, which releases September 25th. But you can get it now on my website at fiends.com/America. Thank you. Tell Me Why is about demanding answers from the American government and politicians about why life in America is unaffordable. To be clear, it was unaffordable before Trump, but Trump made it way worse. Housing, healthcare, childcare, and education are all unaffordable in America. As the song says, this is because of the economic doctrine and economic policy that prioritizes and give money to the richest in society. The tax code, corporate home ownership, education as a death sentence, the cost of childcare, privatized healthcare, no workers' rights over production, not taxing unrealized gains, lobbying and buying elections have all made the economy serve the richest while burdening the poor and the middle class. We have turned commodities into asset classes that make the wealthy richer while outpricing the average American to the point of societal dysfunction. The people benefiting the most from the economic doctrine are the ones who have bought the political system and are making the rules. If you demanded that they tell you why this is happening with proof instead of propaganda, you'd see it's the wealthy rigging the system so it's unaffordable to the average American while the top earners balloon their fortunes at the expense of American society. Pretty much. Okay, that was it. We're gonna listen to the track now. It's not. It's the system. Stop blaming yourself and start changing policy. It's not you. It's the system. Vote your interest. It's not you. Tell me why it never gets better. Tell me why they want you as a debtor. Tell me why if we're the wealthiest nation ever, then tell me why Americans can't afford health care. Tell me why we have no food for the children. Tell me why houses cost $250,000. Tell me about how our building supports less science and more religion. Something's amiss, something is wrong. We're told to invest, but we can barely scrape along. It's happening to everyone, but it's all your fault. It's all in your head, but the same collective thought. Why are workers the ones who pay? Why are taxes by billionaires paid? Why does Blackstone buy up and play the market like an investment and not an even day? Corporations control politics and politics steer the government. We're all getting sick and tired hearing about the free market when it doesn't exist, because protectionism in the industry is the real reason we can't afford to live in unity. There's no help unless you work. There's no help unless you give birth. There's no help. There's no help for you, and that's America first. A Joe not fix the egregious atrocity of how living is unaffordable, that economic policy. While Republicans gaslight you and tell you it's equality, they take away your rights and raise prices. Hostility is growing in the ethos. It's not just in your mind. When they're right, that means they're lies. Arrogant ignorance, conformity experiments is what the wealthy are doing to citizens. They think you're a sucker and that your kids should be depraved, so they invest in their bondage to make adults their slaves. It's not your grandfather's economy, it's your grandson's burden to fix the system that only blames them further. It's the economic doctrine that stratified the economy. It's the economic doctrine that destroyed the ecology. It's the economic doctrine that makes money from debt. It's the economic doctrine that will squeeze you to death. Tell me why it never gets better. Tell me why they want you as a debtor. Tell me why, if we're the wealthiest nation ever, then tell me why Americans can't afford health care. Conform. Okay, let's see. It's not you. So I wanted to. America likes to think of rugged individualism. I have a song on America 2 album that will come out later. It's called Rugged Individualism, which is basically bullshit. Social species, we our strength comes from interacting, building with each other. And the goal of these rich people is to make you think it's your fault that you're not working hard enough, when it's not you, it's the system. Clear as day, like if you're doing everything right and you still can't make ends meet, then it's not you, it's the system. And then especially when like 60% live paycheck to paycheck, like especially when like the majority of people in your situation still can't make it and they're doing everything right, supposedly it's the system, but they want you to think it's you. It's the system. Stop blaming yourself and start changing policy. So what they don't want you to do, they want you to blame yourself, because if you blame yourself, then you won't change the system, and that's what needs to happen. And you do that by holding politicians accountable. It's not you, it's the system. Vote your interest. It's not you, and make politicians accountable. It's the system. Tell me why it never gets better. And like this is like the thing, like it all started with Reagan, but like I mean education is still unaffordable because of that. We haven't fixed it since then. Other things like the tax code, it just gets worse. Like, tell me why it never gets better. It's because the rich are in control, and you're not taking back your country, America. Like, and you're believing the lie, and you're just allowing it to continue. Like it's starting to change, but it's got to get so bad that you have to actually look into it and understand that they're lying to you. and the people that are lying are just the Republicans. This is why I don't like them. They put on this facade. They blame you, tell you to work harder when it's their policy that is the problem.
Tell me why they want you as a debtor.
They want you as a debtor because they don't want you to be able to have economic mobility to be able to fight back and actually change the system. They want you to internalize it, try to make money, and then not be able to. I swear that's what it is. I swear that's what it is.
Tell me why, if we're the wealthiest nation ever, then tell me.
Tell me why, if we're the wealthiest nation ever, then tell me why Americans can't afford health care. I mean, that just says it all. Like, the system is so, like, it's so backwards that the only people that can afford health care are the ones that, it's like the top 10%. Like, that's not a country. That's not, like, countries are good by the services they pay for. So, and we're the wealth. It wouldn't be so. It would be understandable if like everybody was struggling, but we have the richest making so much money while the bottom are suffering. I mean, it's not even the bottom; it's like the middle and the bottom. I mean, this is not the America we were promised. Like growing up as kids, like work hard, get an education, everything will take care of itself. No, it didn't. Like you changed the rules, and then you didn't fix it through policy, and then you just tell us to work harder when it's not our fault. It's everything that I talked about in the blog, like allowing corporations to buy up homes, privatizing healthcare, turning things into asset classes.
Why Americans can't afford health care. Tell me why we have no food for the children. Tell me why houses cost $250,000. Tell me about how what we're building supports.
So houses do cost $250,000. That's because, like I said, corporations are allowed to buy up these properties.
Less science and more religion.
And then there's this whole dumbing down of America by not supporting education.
Something's amiss. Something is wrong.
And this is also, they can take power away from the people and keep power as long as they can to be able to rule with an economic and financial hegemony. That's what the wealthy are waging against the American people.
We're told to invest while we can barely scrape along. It's happening to everyone.
I break it down in the appendix on the American Nightmare Project about how even if you make 3 times minimum wage, you still can't afford to live. Like, even if you make $20 an hour, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you still can't afford a decent lifestyle. If minimum wage would have kept up with productivity before it got dislodged, I don't know what you want to call it, and they if it kept up with inflation, it would be like at $64 an hour. So when you have that person that's been working for 30 years and they're just making $100,000 a year, well, they should be making, I think it's like, I can't remember how much it is. It's like $200,000 a year. If they made minimum wage. That's the conditions or lifestyle your parents enjoyed. They could get a part-time job, still afford a house, food, a car, a family, on one income. That's no longer America. The American dream.
But it's all your fault. It's all in your head. But the same collective thought. Why are workers?
And that's the thing. They want you to think it's all in your head, but it's the same collective thought, baby. Everybody's not happy with it. Everybody's struggling. Everybody can't afford things. And it's supposed to be this mystery when everybody has the same thought. It's all in your head. They're telling you it's all in your head, but at the same time, it's the same collective thought.
The ones who pay. Why are taxes by billionaires paid? Why does Blackstone buy up and play the market like an investment and not a commodity today? Corporations control holidays. politics, and politics steer the government. We're all getting sick and tired hearing about the free market.
The free market doesn't exist. There's no such thing as the free market. All markets are regulated by the government. It's just Republicans, when their team doesn't win economically, they say they want the free market, but then they'll nationalize the chip manufacturers, and no one will ever say anything about it. Although that's communism done by Trump. But when you want to give money to like the Green New Deal, all of a sudden we want the free market. You're so backwards, America.
When it doesn't exist, because protectionism in the industry is the real reason we can't afford to live in unity.
Then you give thousands of dollars per year in taxes to subsidizing the oil.
Getting sick and tired hearing about the free market when it doesn't exist, because protectionism in the industry.
Which is protectionism of the current industry. Giving them money when they make billions of dollars, they should be able to sustain on their own. That's protectionism, and that's again picking winners. But again, we want a free market. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But that's like Republican logic. Let's feed into the cognitive dissonance, and we justify our beliefs rather than recognizing reality. Republicans can't recognize reality and take responsibility. That's why we have all these problems in America.
It is the real reason we can't afford to live in unity. There's no help.
They want us divided, and they do that by taking away our economic mobility, and there's no help. There's basically no help in this country unless you work or give birth, or you're hurt, and even then, like, you got to be disabled. You can't just be hurt. This is what I talk about in the book, in the appendix, about how life is unaffordable, and then if you get hurt, then you go like you slip through the cracks, become homeless, or have to like, this is what I'm saying, like, you can't. It's a bad society. We've lost the plot. We've lost the whole plot of society, and we serve these billionaires like kings while we all suffer worse than peasants.
Unless you work, there's no help. Unless you give birth, there's no help. Even if you're hurt, there's no help for you. And that's America first.
So they claim America first, and they do all this stuff, but that doesn't mean it's help for you. That means it's help for the corporations. That's what America first really means.
A job will not fix the egregious atrocity of how living is unaffordable. That's economic policy.
When minimum wage is not a living wage, a job will not fix the egregious atrocity of how living is unaffordable. That's economic policy. So they need to change the mechanisms of society and economics to be able to make sure the American worker can live, but they don't do that. They just blame you, tell you to work harder. Again, it's not you. It's the system, but they want you to think it's you.
While Republicans gaslight you and tell you it's equality,
they gaslight you and I think all the time and say this means equality, like the job market is equality, even though everybody's wages would go up if they would raise minimum wage. They tell you it's equality because that's just the market of the job market. When again, there are no free markets. The government controls everything within a market. Not everything, but it controls the market. Yeah.
Take away your rights and raise prices. Hostility is growing in the ethos. economic policy. While Republicans gaslight you and tell you it's equality, they take away your rights and raise prices, hostility.
So they'll point to the economics as equality, and then they'll take away your rights. So only that which benefits those that are the richest to leverage their situation to be able to take more from you and extract more labor because you don't have rights over your labor.
Is growing in the ethos. It's not.
Yeah, and I've said it before. You're stirring up the wrong hornet's nest. I mean, there's only so much people can take before. I mean, the younger generation can't even make it. Like, they don't even want to invest in the system because they don't see themselves prospering enough to benefit from it. They're just gonna want to tear it down. It's just a matter of time before it comes back to shoot you in the foot, America. Like, this is what I'm saying. Dysfunction. Like, you have to have people that believe in the economy. The only reason money works is because we all believe it has value. If you stop allowing people to invest in the economy, they will not believe, and it will fall apart. It's seriously a house of cards. Um, but that's why it's all a mental game. That's why it's all a mental game for them to be able to tell you it's you, it's not the system. You need to work hard, you need to make money, when it's really the system that needs to provide economic means to be able to live, which is what they're not doing.
Just in your mind, when they're right, that means they're lying.
Get it? When they're right, when they're Republican, that means they're lies.
Arrogant ignorance, conformity experiments is what the.
It's basically a whole. I talk about this on the Psychosocial Philosopher. It's basically a conformity experiment, where they get the in group to go along with whatever based on conformity, based on people going along with the same thing, because they're not intelligent enough to actually decipher reality. It's not like they can use math to actually test things with logic. So they go along with what the leader says, and the leader just steers them wrong. What I say?
It's not just in your mind. When they're right, that means they're lies. Arrogant ignorance, conformity experiments is what the wealthy are doing to citizens.
Arrogant ignorance, and that's like the whole thing about MAGA. It's not only are they ignorant, they're arrogant. They're militant about their ignorance. They want you to like conform to their way of thinking, although it's wrong. And then they blame you, like an abusive piece of garbage, for having a different opinion. And it's your fault, and you're stupid, even though they don't understand math and got C's in school, and they're drug addicts and alcoholics and support sexual assault because they support those in office that did it, and they don't want justice and all this stuff. It's
They think you're a sucker and that your kids should be.
Oh, these rich people really think you're a sucker, America. They think you won't figure it out. They think you're stupid. For sure that's what it is. They're banking on you not waking up to these facts that I talk about in here. They think you're a sucker, America. These rich motherfuckers think you're a sucker. For sure.
Depraved, so they invest in their bondages to make adults their slaves. It's not your grandfather.
Wage slavery. There's definitely wage slavery in this country, so they invest in debt bondage. So you go into debt, so it takes away your economic mobility.
There's economy, it's your grandson's burden.
It's not your grandfather's economy, which he had boomers benefited from, the greatest economy in American history. But now they've pulled the ladders up on the way, and it's now your grandson's burden to fix the things like inequality and global warming and privatized healthcare and asset classes out of commodities. Thanks, boomers. Really great. You're really the greatest generation. Wow. Good job.
to fix the system that only blames them further.
Again, and then we're back to this about how they blame you, tell you to work harder, tell you to make money when they don't give you the means to do it, and the economic policy does not support you. They want you to think it's your fault.
It's the economic doctrine that
And at the end, I get to the point where I say it's the economic doctrine
stratified the economy.
that stratified the economy. It totally is with the tax code.
It's the economic doctrine that destroyed the ecology.
Totally infinite expansion in a finite world. That's our economic doctrine that destroyed the ecology.
It's the economic doctrine that makes money from debt.
It's the economic doctrine that makes money from debt. Our money is debt. The monetary system, money is debt in America. It's fiat currency, just means the government gives it authority, so you have to accept it.
It's the economic doctrine that will squeeze you to death.
And it's the economic doctrine that made the equality that we have today that will squeeze you to death. Literally, your health care will be denied and you'll die in America because you can't afford to live. Because that's what we've deemed the economic policy to be so great here in America. No, it's not your fault. It's economic policy. You did this on purpose. You're totally the villain. This is what rich people did by lobbying through their self-interest. That's why you're totally the villain. That's why that's why everybody under the upper class hates the upper class, is because they're totally the villain, and this is why they make life miserable for the rest of us while they benefit, and they've changed the system to do so. It's economic policy. It's not your fault.
Tell me why it never.
And then we're back to tell me why it never gets better. And if they would be honest, if you could get real answers out of them, and if you want real answers, follow the money, because that's what rules in America. Democracy is a democratizing force, which means it spreads out power. And then there's capitalism, which is a consolidating force. Capitalism is totally winning. And that's why, and you can see that by following the money.
It's better. Tell me why they want you as a debtor. Tell me why if we're the wealthiest nation ever, then tell me why Americans can't afford health care.
Okay, that's it. You're totally the villain. I say that because one of these billionaires was on a interview, that one of them that I actually like, and it was like, don't act like we're the villain. You're totally the villain, bro. I'm going to talk about this in the Monday update. You're totally the villain. I'm sorry. I wish you weren't. And I'm trying to tell you so you correct your ways. But I mean, who was it? I mean, Marilyn Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer, Jim Jones all thought they were the good guy. What? You're totally the villain, bro. If you've ever lobbied, if you've ever done insider trading, if you've ever not paid your workers correctly, if you've dodged your taxes, more than like 90% if you're a billionaire, you're with that, I love y'all. It's going to be a good day. It's been a good day. We got stuff in the works for you. Life's good right now. All right. Thanks for coming along the ride with me. I have an outro. Okay, thank you all for tapping in with me. This was the Friday listening party for Tell Me Why. If you want a deeper dive, check out the full blog breakdown on Fiance.com/blog. Stream the song on all platforms. You can buy the album at Fiance.com/America. And don't forget to leave a review for my book or music. Every listen, every comment helps the movement grow. If you're an artist, join the Helm 108 community. If you're a fan, join Bandcamp. Or buy you can get it direct from me on my website, some albums. And then you can find links at ericleo108.com, which is also Fiends.com. If you would like me to shout you out, I shout out both school members and Fiends.com members. So thank you for being here. I'll see you next Friday, same time, same vibe, brand new track. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. Until next time, you take care, all right?